Maybe I start with a quote by Adolf Loos, who is an architect, Austrian architect. The architect is a mason who has learned Latin. Latin is, of course, aesthetics and design. But an architect cannot do aesthetics and design without knowing about the craft. So what we are trying to do here is reconnecting the rules of the craft with the rules of design.
So it's extremely important for the Chekhov and Glenwood Mason Supply, being a local producer here in New York City, to be involved with promoting concrete masonry to the young designers. The concrete masonry Chekhov is the voice for our industry. So it is really cool to see the students' designs and how they're creating a project, a building out of concrete masonry, and how they're utilizing and learning more about it.
After 6 weeks, we had a journey where we reduced those projects, individual projects, to 4 team projects. Those 4 team projects then were worked on in a way that they are buildable during the last weeks. And today we figure out to reduce them to 2 in order to prepare for constructing them.
Hi, my name is Alison Cromwell and my project is the Meridian. For my project, the purpose really of it was to create an interactable space. We sort of started the year thinking of it as just a wall, and I wanted to create something where you can interact, you can physically be on and in the space. And I had started initially, and then my teammates Fernanda and Nick then joined me.
My name is Anthony Argilla. Worked for Giaquinto Masonry as a project manager estimator for 29 years, 3rd generation bricklayer. So these collaborations are important because not only do I get to learn from them, but I also get to give my insight of how, as a contractor, we do things and the way we can work with architects so that it all comes together as a finished product.
My name is Juan Geraldo. I'm a 5th-year architecture student at the City College of New York. When the semester first started, I had no clue what I was doing. I was very lost. I was trying different ways of getting to where I wanted to be. It was a day before the pinup, the first pinup that we had, that I sketched out a curve. Everything has a sense or a meaning in architecture. The project we have, it's called inflection because you inflect 2 points. What mattered to me was to generate a space. Architecture is not necessarily what is mandated on paper, but it's what it wants to be. From there, I went through about like 20 different looks for this wall, and I feel like it's still not done. And I think that makes sense for a designer.
Name is Carlos Figueroa. Been a mason for over 24 years in the union. A little bit more while I was learning before that. Say total of maybe 29 years in the business. The importance of masonry, concrete, being used by architects is very important. It's a dying trade. Everybody wants everything nice and shiny and new. They don't want masonry anymore. But masonry is the structural leader. You have buildings. I'm working on a building from the 1850s that's still standing and we're renovating it. So I believe masonry should be the go-to for structural.
So my name is David Stinga. I am a 5th year at City College. This is my last semester. This is my last project, actually. I think my project really goes back to James Wines, right? He created these really interesting facades for a department store called Best. And once I saw that, I was like, I know, I had my project. That was it. The idea is to attract people into the visitor space, into the little concrete pad we have. I think that's really the most important part, is that you have this corner, you can walk through it, you can walk through the wall. It almost gives like a sense of protection to the people that are inside there.
So there's a misconception with concrete masonry sometimes of not being sustainable. You're getting more recycled content being used in the manufacturing of the product, carbon sequestration that is lowering the carbon footprint, and the students in this competition utilizing the material and building with it understand and get to know a little bit better about the sustainable part of what concrete masonry is.
The project's name is The Breathing Wall. The idea came initially from triangles, and that triangles are the most efficient form in nature. And I was thinking of making holes in the wall, and the best way to do it was to keep the holes triangular, because making round holes are difficult in manufacturing and probably not the best in terms of structure. And it evolved into this structure, a breathable structure with triangular breeze blocks, with planter blocks that both serve as planter and lighting source.
Like in any profession, when you're first starting off, you're green, you don't know what you're doing, you're there to learn. And I love the fact that they have everything hands-on here. They're giving the students, all right, here's a brick, put it together, now design something. Very important for architects to have a little bit of hands-on experience.
I hope the students use this as a learning experience. Being that it's been a semester-long program, I've already seen improvements of how the students are designing. It allows them to see the versatility of the product. It's really important that they're exposed hands-on.
But yeah, I've already gotten so much out of real practical skill in terms of designing, in terms of construction documents, in terms of learning from the masons, from the couple of reviews that we've had, and learning their input. It's been really nice.
So I've learned to listen more, to sometimes have faith. And I say faith because faith is something that you don't see, you trust without seeing. Because at the end of the day, it's a concept that I have. It's an idea that I believe it could work away, but it's so easy to draw lines in AutoCAD or build a model in Rhino, but when you actually go and do it, your back hurts, you're tired, you have to mix the mortar, you have to do it fast because it's drawing. So appreciation to listen and calibrate a better eye.
Before this, really, I just design, and then maybe you make a little scale model, but this is different, right? Because we're actually building this as students. I've never really had to have my structural decisions be as consequential as this. Okay, I have this new thing, I had this risky structural move, now I have to prove it, you know?
I am really grateful to have experience with professionals, people that actually build things. Coming from the bricklayers and people from the field, it's very valuable. It shaped our project tremendously, actually.
One of my biggest hopes is that the students become passionate for material and materialization because it's so important in architecture.
Like, everybody's put so much hard work into it, and everybody's projects are truly fantastic. But it would still be an honor to be recognized for all the hard work that we've put in.
During the midterm, I didn't think I would get picked really to be one of the 4 runner-ups, but I did, and that was one of the best feelings I had in my life. So to win, just excited. That would be it, you know.
Changed the project 5 times in the last 2 months. I think that it will feel very rewarding and it will make sense.
It was a very competitive process, I would say. The other 3 projects were amazing. They've taken it to the limits. Winning would be an honor in Volkman Studio.
When I picked you up from studio, I said already democracy. That means we were 9 judges. So that means it's a decision that was made by many from different viewpoints, from different perspectives. So that is important. There are 2 aspects in it that we discussed a lot within the last half hour. One is like how practical it is to build. The other one is about challenging the rules and trying to figure out to do something new, something special. So that means it's 2 things that sometimes don't overlap, that sometimes overlap.
Every one of them got votes, okay? So it was a tough decision, and I think you guys are gonna learn a lot from what we get done here. I can tell you guys are real nervous. I'm looking at Allison over there like, come on, just get to the point.
So even if your project is not selected, doesn't matter. Just be part of it because you're gonna learn a great deal of technicality with masonry. and that's part of this studio. So make sure to be there when they build this project.
The two projects that were selected, the one with the highest number of votes was the Meridian, and the second one was the Breeze block team. Yes, so that's.
Fantastic, fantastic. It was actually a very close competition with my friends here, but it feels amazing to finally see your baby being built.
I mean, I'm grateful, like it's an honor to be able to really bring something to life. I am most looking forward to sort of learning what their real process is. Like once we get to the site, how it actually goes down, because I've never seen anything like it, so.
Not everything is prepared yet. Preparing it with more people involved and actually seeing it being built and building it with the professionals in the field.
We'll see you at the build.